you guys? Welcome back to As Told by Kenya. In today's video, we are going to be discussing the Grammy nominations because in my last video, I talked about the Grammy nominations and how I did not care. And then they came out and it's just like I couldn't talk about them before they came out. So I'm here to give y'all a full video talking about the Grammy nominations. But first, today's video is sponsored by my friends over at Pear Eyewear. Do you guys like my glasses? How about now? How about now? And how about now? Thank you to Pear Eyewear for sponsoring today's video. Because of Pear Eyewear, I have these stylish glasses and I can change out the top frame whenever I want to. So if you just take off the glasses and you remove this, you can just have your base frame. I have the Ellas in black if you want to go over and try them. And then you can just put on your top frame and you are good. Pear Eyewear also has their sun tops, and with their sun tops, that means your prescription glasses, because these are prescriptions, can turn into sunglasses. So boom, right here I have my readers and I just put this on just like this. And all of a sudden, you have sunglasses. So when you go over to Pear Eyewear, make sure you get you some sun tops. So what I love about Pear Eyewear is how easy it is to get them. I remember when I got my prescription, when I got my eyes checked, they were telling me like, you need to get this and you need to add this. And are you on your computer all day? Yeah, you need to add this too. And then I went over to the frames and I was seeing what I wanted. And after it was all said and done, baby, they wanted hundreds of dollars from me. And I said, ooh. But then when I started working with Pear Eyewear, I saw that I could get the fashion and the style, because one thing about me, y'all know Kenya is whimsy. You can tell from the room, Kenya is whimsy. Kenya likes style. Kenya likes fun and flair. And I can do all of that very easily. And I can just switch them out, go over on the website and pick out what I want anytime that I want to. Pear Eyewear makes it so easy. And the website is so easy to follow, to pick out what you want. You can get prescription frames, or you can also get readers. Like I was telling you, I have my readers for when the books I'm reading, the words are too small because I feel like I'm getting old and the words getting smaller and smaller. I put on my readers, but I also have my prescriptions for when I drive. Pear Eyewear just fits perfectly with my lifestyle, just the way that I like to live, being able to change things out, being able to pick what I want, the customizable part. And when it comes to the top frames, I want you to see that it is not bulky. It is not, no one has ever noticed that you can just slip off the top frame of my glasses. No one has literally ever asked. People just be like, cool glasses. No one ever notices that the top frame comes off. And if you don't want to do that, you don't want to be bothered with it, you can just have your standard glasses. So if you would like to try Pear Eyewear, hit the link down in the description or use the QR code, and I will have a comment pinned in the comment section. When you go to Pear Eyewear, check out Pear Eyewear's biggest sale of the year. Use my code KenyaGift15 for a free gift with your purchase. Pear Eyewear is here to make your life easier. Pear Eyewear, thank you so much for sponsoring today's video, and let's get on into it. Okay, Grammy nominations, how do I feel? I simply did not care. I have not liked this year in music. So right now I am fully in award season mode, and not like music awards. I am talking about movies. I am in full movie. I need my movies to win they Oscars, Globes, and BAFTAs. That is where I am currently. And it's so interesting to me, leading up to the Academy Awards that happen in March, there are so many awards that people can get before they get to like the highest mountaintop, which is an Academy Award. But when it comes to music, it's like Grammys a bust. It used to be more. You used to have Billboard. You used to have Teen Choice. You used to have American. You used to have BMA. You used to have all of these award shows shows that used to give awards to music and had different stuff. But now more than ever, it feels like the Grammys have become a catch-all. It used to be this thing where like the American Music Awards was for like the popular music. Maybe you wasn't gonna win a Grammy, but you could win an American Music Award. But now it feels like because all of those other award shows either are irrelevant or don't exist anymore, the Grammys has become like the catch-all. So the Grammys can't really be uppity and snooty like they used to be, because there's really no other place for people to get awards in music in a way that there is with movies. Like, for example, in movies, the Gotham Awards came out. The Gotham Awards is supposed to give awards to like independent movies. And so if you know you're probably not going to see the Oscars, you can win a Gotham, you know? And so it doesn't feel that way with the Grammys. It feels like the Grammys more and more has just leaned towards popular music. And then in this era of TikTok, where a lot of the popular music comes from TikTok, if you are not big on TikTok, I don't see how you know what a lot of these songs are, or I don't see how you as an artist would make it into any of these categories, because so much of this music is just hyper popular music, and like popular in a specific type of way. And so I just don't know if the Grammys is like fully for me. Like, for example, next year, I think it's crazy that Taylor Swift would be nominated for Album of the Year, because The Life of a Showgirl is a bad album. But why wouldn't she? Why wouldn't she be nominated next year? If Beyonce puts out Act 3, I don't see why she wouldn't be nominated for a Grammy. It doesn't even matter how it sounds. It's just like they're going to give them their things, because like, why not? As long as an album makes some type of noise, you are going to be in certain categories. And now more than ever, it feels like the quality of this music doesn't matter. Now, I don't want to wax poetic about the past, because I actually want you guys to go back and look before, like, I would say 2008. I want you to go back and look at some of them Album of the Year winners, and like, a lot of that music is not all that good. Like, I'm not about to act like the people who won Album of the Year, like when the Grammys used to be snooty, that music was good. Like, they were being pretentious just to be pretentious. Like, people were putting out better music. For every like outcast, they were giving Grammys to people who like didn't deserve a Grammy. Like, it was just ridiculous. And I just feel like maybe we could find a middle somewhere. But let's get on into it. I didn't like none of these nominations. These nominations were awful. So I've heard people say like this was overall just a bad year for music. And yeah, I have to fully agree with you. I think last year we had a lot of juggernauts. We had a lot of people who put out music and who put out like albums and stuff like that, and we really didn't get that. Now, I do think maybe that would make things more interesting. Like, I don't know who's gonna win none of these categories. I think last year, I called Cowboy Carter winning Album of the Year when Cowboy Carter came out. I think when it comes to a lot of this stuff, you guys don't realize it's a game of numbers. Over on my Patreon, I'm about to do a whole Oscar video talking about the Oscars, and I don't think people realize when it comes to like big awards, it's a game of numbers. It's genuinely not very much about your personal opinions. I love Cowboy Carter, but it's not genuinely about your personal opinion. It's a game of numbers. It's a game of momentum. It's a game of campaigning. That's all this stuff really is. So I do think with this type of setup, with these types of people, anybody could win anything, and I guess that would be exciting if you're one of those people. It's just like, I don't have no dog in the fight, and I don't like going into awards, and like, I genuinely have nobody who I necessarily can champion, because I just simply do not care. But I'm gonna go through, I'm gonna tell you what I can tell you. Do I think 2025 was a bad year for music? For me personally, yes. I just did not find a lot of music that I gravitated towards, but I'm always gonna call user error on that, because I refuse to believe people just woke up in 2025 and started making bad music. I just think a lot of the popular music was bad, but I'm sure if you're not someone who like goes really, really deep into popular music, you know, you do more underground, you do more smaller artists, you could have had a perfectly good 2025. A lot of times people like to cast too big a net. It's just like, 2025 music suck. Yeah, a lot of this music does suck, but who's to say what's going on in other parts of, you know, in other parts of the music industry and stuff like that. That's why I say it's crazy that the music industry doesn't have something like the Gotham Awards when they're doing what they're supposed to do and giving credit to independent movies and not movies that cost $170 million to make. But why it doesn't have something like that, so music that is small can get a chance, I don't know. But let's go into album of the year. I feel like album of the year is proof that things are bad. Things are bad. Now, we have Bad Bunny's album that, no, I'm not going to butcher it. I am not going to butcher it. Bad Bunny put out an album, and I think Bad Bunny is going to win this category. I think Bad Bunny is going to do the Super Bowl, and then I think people are going to like it. It's going to cause controversy from the racists, and then I think he's going to go up there and he is going to win Album of the Year. I think that's how all of that is going to go, or maybe he'll win Album of the Year first, and then he'll do the Super Bowl. I don't know what the timeline are, but I think this is Bad Bunny's. I personally, like you guys, I think I've said this, that I am not a big Bad Bunny fan. It's not because I've tried it and dislike it. I've just not reached out to try to listen to Bad Bunny music. My nieces and nephew love Bad Bunny. My sister loves Bad Bunny. So there's some Bad Bunny fans in my home and they like this album. They were playing it. I thought it was old Bad Bunny, but it must have been new Bad Bunny. I have no issue with Bad Bunny winning this. I saw that some people were traveling and they went to Bad Bunny concert. Bad Bunny seems like he puts on a really good concert. I have no issue with Bad Bunny being here. Then you have Swag by Justin Bieber. If we were in any other year, Swag by Justin Bieber would not even be here, because not only is it not a good album, but also it didn't make a lot of noise. It didn't make a lot of noise. I totally forgot that this album even came out. This is one of those albums that's just here just to be here. Another one, Man's Best Friend by Sabrina Carpenter. This is the life of a showgirl next year. It's going to be here. It's not going to win Album of the Year, but it's just here because Sabrina Carpenter is one of the biggest artists in the world. It's just like she put in an album, put her in there. But this is another album that just didn't make a lot of noise. I just think this whole era from Sabrina Carpenter just has been a little bit shaky, but that's not because it's been necessarily bad. It's because Short and Sweet era was just so big. You know, it was just such a big era. It would be next to impossible to try to come off of that. It's kind of like with Olivia Rodrigo with Sour and then going into Guts. There's just no way it was going to be just as big, because like they had such a good era with that. But yeah, I don't see Man's Best Friend winning here, and I don't think that it should. I did not enjoy that album. Now, I do think something that could give Bad Bunny a run for its money is this Pusha T, Clips, and Malice album, Let God Sort 'Em Out. This album did have all of the hip-hop heads talking, so I do think there's something to be said there. Mayhem by Lady Gaga is another thing that just feels like picking at scraps. Like, I think in any year in recent years, so I would say in the past 5 years, Mayhem would be here. I thought Mayhem was a perfectly decent album, but I don't think it's worthy of Album of the Year. I don't think it's that good. So I just think it's one of those things where it's like, if we looking at what we got, yes, Mayhem should be there, but like, is it really going to win anything? Then you have GNX by Kendrick Lamar. By the way, Kendrick Lamar is the most awarded person at the Grammys this year. Not awarded, but nominated. And I said that was going to happen, but I don't think Kendrick Lamar deserves to win Album of the Year. I don't think he deserves to win Best Rap Album. I do not think GNX is good. I think it's fine because Kendrick Lamar is a good artist, so anything he does is going to be listenable, but I don't think it's good. I think it's so good to see Mutt by Leon Thomas here because I love seeing R&B back into the fold. And then you have Chromacopia by Tyler, the Creator. I ain't got nothing to say to that next, but yeah, my money is on Bad Bunny winning, but I don't love none of those albums. I don't care for any of those albums, but it's just like, okay, but I do, like I said, I do think it's exciting. I think we are all going to be at bated breath for who's going to win Album of the Year, because it's just like, you do not know. I called Cowboy Carter early last year, but I can't call this one. I can't call people. Then you got Song of the Year, which is Abracadabra, Anxiety, You have APT by I never listened to that Rose and Bruno Mars song. Is it APT? Is it Apartment? What is it, child? I don't know. Then you have Bad Bunny song. Then you have Golden, which is from K-pop Demon Hunters. You have Luther, Manchild, and Wildflower. I have so many thoughts, so please goddamn stay with me. Billie Eilish, you going to hell. Billie Eilish is going to hell for whatever she is trying to do with Wildflower. Like, be serious. Crazy enough, I enjoy Wildflower more than I enjoy every other song in this category. So if I was to give out awards, I would give it to Billie Eilish. But I know she's playing fraudulent games, and I don't want to do this for her. I don't like the fact that Wildflower is on an album that you submitted last year that was nominated for Album of the Year. We've heard this song forever, and because you released it as a single this year, you put it here so you can sneak out a Grammy. And the thing is, I think it might actually work. I think it might actually work, and she probably is going to win Song of the Year right here. I do. The thing is, I thought she should have won Song of the Year for Birds of a Feather last year. But it would not surprise me if Billie Eilish pulls this heist, this fleece off. But she going to hell for trying it. She is going to hell for trying it. But I understand, Billie. You guys, Billie's last 2 studio albums, she has not received Grammys for. It's just the fact that she put out What Was I Made For, and she put out that other song, and she won Grammys for them. So it seems like Billie Eilish has won a lot of Grammys, and she has. But for Happier Than Ever and what Hit Me Hard and Soft, she did not win any Grammys for. So I understand what she like, I need mine. I don't think Manchild is actually competitive in here. I think Luther is competitive here, but I don't like that song. I don't like 30 for 30, and I don't like Luther. So, but I could see it happening, but I don't know. I really do think they're going to give it to her. Then you have Golden, K-pop Demon Hunter. I have nothing against K-pop Demon Hunter. For some reason, people bring up K-pop Demon Hunter and they think I have something against it because I have no desire to watch it. And that is simply not true. I am not one of those people, because I hate on so much stuff. People think I'm a senseless hater, and it's not true. I don't like talking about things that I have zero interest in. I have no interest in K-pop Demon Hunter, so people think that I have negative things to say about K-pop Demon, but I simply do not. K-pop Demon Hunter could literally win here, and I literally would have nothing. I let the kids be the kids. I think it is great for the kids to have something that is a moment for them. My nieces and nephew went as roomie for Halloween. Like, I love that the kids have something. It's just not for me. I don't need to watch it. I don't need to watch it. But I have no issue with people liking Golden and Golden doing well. Like, it's fine. But I want all y'all to kiss Doechii ass, baby. How y'all feel? How does it feel to hate on people and lose so bad? Anxiety is up and down these nominations. Anxiety is up and down these nominations, and y'all talk so much shit. Here is the thing. I don't really love Anxiety as a song. I don't need to love Anxiety as a song. There are so many songs that suck. There are so many songs that suck and are worse than Anxiety, and y'all let it be. Y'all let it. I don't know why Anxiety was such a thorn in y'all ass, but I am so happy that Doechii gets the last chuckle, and she's gonna win one of these. She's winning one of these, and y'all can kiss her black ass, because it never. You have people saying that Anxiety is not her song, or like she stole someone's song, and I find that to be really. Is it because you guys know the sample track that you guys are saying Doechii stole some? This is no more a sample than any other sample in music that we have seen. Like, this idea that she's like taking, no, it's just because you know the song so well that she is sampling. But there are so many songs that do the exact same thing that you have no issue with, you would never say the artist of the song that you do know that's not their song because you don't know the sample. But it's just like, what are you, especially back in the early 2000s into the 90s, people would sample songs like back to back. You would have Biggie sampling a song, and 4 years later, Ashanti done sampled the same damn song. Like, come on, like, knock it off. Y'all did too much behind Anxiety. And that's that on that. Then you have Best New Artist. Now, I don't know what y'all want me to do with Addison Rae and Best New Artist. Addison Rae is another one of those things where it's just like, you can't pay me to care. You can't pay me to care, good or bad. Like, I have people who actually I have good faith in, who I think have good taste relatively, who enjoy Addison Rae. And Maybe she is good. Maybe she would have a couple songs, but the songs I heard, never need to hear again. But that's what got y'all up in arms. But I think there's no way Leon Thomas doesn't win this because he's sitting up there in Album of the Year. This is one of those things where it's just a thing that's going to happen. It's like when Victoria Monet was nominated for Album of the Year and then she won Best New Artist, because I just don't see how I'm sitting up here in Best New Artist and I'm sitting up there in Album of the Year and none of these other people are sitting up there in Album of the Year, how I don't win. I think Leon Thomas had a really good showing here. I know people love the song Mutt. I have nothing for it, especially because he put Chris Brown on the remix, but it's kind of crazy for that song is really popular. It's in the top 10 of Billboard, but like I wouldn't say Leon Thomas had a humongous year, and for the amount of awards, it's very Victoria Monet. It's very Victoria Monet-esque, but I think Leon Thomas takes this. Cat's Eye, my Cat's Eye girls, y'all are here. I heard an Olivia Dean song for the first time. I didn't love it. Then you have Lola Young. There are so many people who tell me I need to listen to Lola Young. I see, and Alex Warren is here. Anyways, let's move on. I think they're gonna have Sabrina Carpenter come on stage and get something because she's gonna perform. And I think Sabrina Carpenter is going to win Best Pop Vocal Album. I think Lady Gaga is going to win Best Pop Solo Performance, even though Disease is a horrible song. But I do see that happening. And I think Best Pop Duo or Group. So here you have Defying Gravity, Golden, Gabriella. You have that Rose and Bruno Mars song, and you have 30 for 30. I think if Golden is in a Song of the Year, I don't see why Golden wouldn't win for K-Pop Demon Hunter. Who I want to win is Defying Gravity with Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo. I'm really excited for Wicked for Good, you guys. I love going to the movies, and Wicked for Good is the exact type of movie that I would love to go see in the movies. But if I was a betting woman, I'm going to go with Golden. I'm going to go with Golden winning Pop Duo. And I told you Best Pop Vocal Album is going to go to Sabrina Carpenter. And let's move on. And then this is what they're going to give to Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga is going to win Best Pop Dance Recording. So Lady Gaga, Best Pop Dance Recording for Abracadabra. Sabrina Carpenter is going to win Best Pop Vocal Album. And I think Golden is going to win Pop Duo. And Best Pop Solo Performance is going to go to Sabrina Carpenter for Man Child. Those, if I was a betting woman, Sabrina Carpenter leaves with 2 Grammys. Gaga leaves with 2 Grammys somewhere. Bieber's going to find something somewhere. And that's where I'm at with all of this stuff. But you guys do know where I want to come and discuss Sinners. So if you guys do not follow me over on Twitter, I am neck deep in a Sinners Oscar campaign. I want Sinners to take home Best Picture at the Oscars. Let me get it in real quick. These are the Oscars I want Sinners to win. I want them to win Screenplay. I want them to win Song. I want them to win Cinematography, and I want them to win Casting. And if I'm really shooting big, I want Best Picture. But I deeply want Cinematography. I deeply want Screenplay. I deeply want Casting, and I deeply want Song. That is what I want. And if Golden were to win Song, that's fine, whatever. As long I want Ryan Coogler to go up and win a Screenplay Oscar. But that's not what we're there. We'll talk about that later. Them getting nominated for 5 Grammys, I actually think technically it's 6 because Ludwig is nominated someplace else in here for composing Sinners. It's so crazy to me. That makes it one of the most nominated films ever at the Grammys. And Pale Pale Moon is nominated. I lied to you. I want you guys to go listen to the Sinner score. Go listen to the score and go listen to the soundtrack. Both of them are so good, and they deserve every single Grammy nomination that they got. I hope they walk home with 2 of them because it's just so good. There's just nothing. Look, it is Ryan Coogler season. I know that everybody is trying to throw dirt on Ryan Coogler because Heavy is the head. When you the movie of the year, Heavy is the head, and everybody want to knock you down. But baby, Oscar night is gonna be a movie. I'm telling you it now. You heard Oscar night is gonna be a movie. I just watch this space. Just watch this space. But yes, nominated for 5 Grammys, that is Sinners. Do y'all care about the R&B? I think you have best R&B performance. It's down to Mutt and Folded by Kalani. Oh no, it's just going to be Kalani because they're talking about Leon Thomas for Tiny Desk. Kalani is going to win best R&B performance for Folded because the girls love that one. You have best traditional R&B performance. Leon Thomas is here again. It'll go to him. You know, they do like to give best traditional R&B to, you know, more like, you know, Lettucey. They would love to give this to Lettucey. So who knows? Let's get into R&B song. I'm seeing Chris Brown entirely too much on here. Folded, maybe Folded wins best R&B song. I hope they do some of these categories on stage. I'm sick and tired of my girls. You know how many artists never got to go up and get a Grammy? I think often about Lil Nas X not being able to go up and accept his Grammys for Old Town Road. I thought that would, and like Usher has never gone on stage to receive a Grammy. I just think all of that is crazy. So I hope some of these categories are, you know, are shown. I like seeing Tiana Taylor for Escape Room. I forgot this album came out. It's not good, by the way. Escape Room by Tiana Taylor was not really a good album. I love seeing Coco Jones being a staple at the Grammys. That feels really, really good. Let's get into some of the, but yeah, I just think Leon Thomas and Kalani are gonna go back and forth with those R&B categories. Let's get into rap performance. Guess what? Doechii is here and Doechii's gonna win too, you guys. Doechii is going to win this right here. Cardi B got some love for Outside. We'll see. Cardi B's Grammy time is next year. We'll see how she does. Tyler, the Creator, is also here for the girls who care. For best melodic rap performance, Kendrick Lamar is going to win a Grammy here with SZA. Once again, we got best rap song again, and I think Anxiety is going to win. You guys, if Doechii walks away with 2 Grammys for Anxiety, what they gonna say now? Your hating didn't do nothing. You spent a year hating and you have nothing to show for. Ooh, I think when it goes to best rap album, I genuinely think they're gonna give it to Let's Sort 'Em Out. I think Clips, Pusha T, and Malice are gonna win for Let's Sort 'Em Out. I really, really think that. I think Kendrick Lamar is gonna win 2 Grammys somewhere with SZA. And I think they're gonna give Let's Sort 'Em Out by Pusha T and Clips some love. And that's pretty much it for me. That's pretty much all the stuff I care about. I want, like I told y'all, I want Sinners to get her things. I want Sinners. Let me see what things. Oh, we do have to discuss them breaking up the country category for what? This is so fucking stupid. So they have best traditional country album and best contemporary. So they have Willie Nelson, Lucas Nelson, Charlie Crockett, Margot Price, and Zach Top. And then in the contemporary, they have Kelsey Ballerina, Tyler Childers, Eric Church, Jelly Roll, Miranda Levin. So it's what? Old people and young people? That's the difference now? Like old people, young people. It's just stupid. It's just really, really stupid. I don't fucking care. Beyonce got her things last year. But like, it's just all so stupid. And it's just like, leave me alone. Leave me alone. But I don't really care for real. I don't care for real. The Grammys are always gonna be scammy down. There is nothing you can do. I want Tamala Mann to win Best Gospel Album for anybody who cares. For anybody who cares, I want Tamala Mann to win. Oh, Tyler. We got Tyler with Push to Start and Best African Music Performance. She'll probably win that. She's already won that category before with Water. I want Sinners to win Best Compilation Soundtrack for a Visual Media. Sinners, various artists, because I think in a category like that, every single person on the soundtrack would get a Grammy, and that would be very, very nice. We have Best Soundtrack for a Visual Media. I would like Ludwig to win for Sinners. That would be very, very nice. Then we have Best Song Written for a Visual Media, and that's where 3 Sinner songs are nominated. They're going to give it to Golden because, like I said, it's a game of numbers, and Golden is nominated in Song of the Year, so I don't see why Best Song Written, especially because Song of the Year is the written category. It's going to go to Golden here, but we have fun. Ooh, they have Best Music Video, and they're going to give it to Manchild, but I actually think they should give it to Anxiety. If they want to give Anxiety one thing, I think the music video for Anxiety is so good. I know y'all upset, but I think the music video for Anxiety is big. It is so shocking to me how Diane Warren ends up everywhere, child. She ends up everywhere, child. Anyways, I'm going to stop here. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. They're just not that good. Like, I don't care about none of this music. Like, I don't care. Anyways, I will talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.